welcome to JVZoo Tutorials, and in this video I'm going to show you how as a vendor you're going to be able to set up your very first product here at JVZoo. Now from the main dashboard we're going to come over to the left hand side, click the Sellers tab and then Sellers Dashboard. Now here you're going to see a list of products you've created if you previously created them. If this is your very first product, obviously that's going to be blank. Now you'll see lots of different options here: funnels, coupons, JV contracts, split tests, and if you want to know more about how to use those functions, then there's separate videos down below. We're going to click Add Product and we're going to get two options. We can either add a product to the JVZoo platform that will be approved and will allow affiliates to promote it, or we can just add it to the launch calendar. Now there's a separate video about the launch calendar for both affiliates and for vendors down below, so if you want to know more about that, you'll find that there. But we're going to go ahead and click Add Product. Now in here we're going to follow all of the information through, and we're actually going to do this together. So I've got a product that we're going to follow through, and we're basically going to set this up as if this was our first product. So first thing first, product name. So I'm just going to call this My Awesome Product. Now of course you're going to call it whatever relates. It could be the name of your software or your training course or whatever it is. Now you want this name to be easily recognizable and very easy for people to identify it as your product. This name is going to be seen literally everywhere. This is the name that affiliates are going to see when they're looking for it. This is the name that may potentially be used in the marketplace. This is the name that customers will see on their receipts. So it's very important that that is an easy to identify name. Now if you want to put a more complicated name for an internal product name, you can do that, and this will never be shown to customers. So for example, I might want to put, well, My Awesome Product, so I know what it is, and then FE, for example, so it's the front end, the very first offer in my funnel. It could be that it's front end version 2, whatever you want, and this information will not be shared with customers. Now next up you need to enter in your sales page URL. Now the sales page is going to be the page that you've created or had created with information about your product. Perhaps you'll have a VSL, a video sales letter, a video about the product. So basically people will be able to go to this page, read more information about it, watch the video, etc., and then actually purchase the product. Now in the example that we've got here, okay, this particular product is the one that we're going to use. This is our video sales letter here, and if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see we've got the JVZoo buy buttons in there. Now there's a whole separate video about buy buttons, how to get them, how to embed them on your pages, and again you will see that down below. The most important thing to mention here is that you can't have any other buy buttons that are not the JVZoo ones, okay? So you can't link directly out to PayPal or Stripe or a different platform. It does need to be just for JVZoo. So let's go ahead and just copy this URL and we drop that in there. So next up is the description. So here we want to say things about our product. So I might put in My Awesome Product. Product does X, Y, Z. So what does your product actually do? Who's it for? What problem does it solve? So you can put a description in there. And then we're going to need to choose the category. Now, if we go back to our example, this particular program here is a training, and it's also a software that allows people to basically produce e-commerce stores. Now potentially that may fit into several different categories, so you just want to pick the one that's basically the most relevant, okay? Now for this particular one, I'm going to drop it just in internet marketing, e-commerce, and then general, okay? So product status, available to purchase or not available to purchase, pretty straightforward. And you can choose if you want to launch the product now. Now, of course, it will need to go through compliance. We're very big on compliance here at JVZoo. But if you want it to basically go straight into compliance, and then if it can be approved to launch straight away, that can happen. Most of the time, you're going to set up an actual launch, and that will be kicking off at a specific date with a specific time. Now, just click on this, and it's a very easy to use calendar. So in this case, let's say, well, we're going to go live on Friday, and let's say we're going to go live at 11 a.m. Now, as it says here, remember this is Eastern Time, okay? Eastern Standard Time, EST. So it's very important that everything you set up, regardless of where you are in the States or where you are indeed in the world, that you actually set this up in Eastern Time. It's very important. Now, you can also use a pre-launch page if you wish to, before your actual product is ready to be launched, and you'd simply enter in the URL from there. And then basically you can automatically choose to send traffic to the sales page after this launch date and time. For this example, I'm not going to use one of those pages. Next up is discoverable to affiliates. So this will allow affiliates to find your offer and to promote it. So I'm going to tick that on. Next up is the marketplace. So this can be found at jvzoomarket.com. And this is a place where actually we as JVZoo will further promote your product. So this is a really great way to get extra sales, to get extra exposure, and to build up a bit of hype in the community about your product. So we definitely want to tick that on. And then the last one is consider my product for product of the day. Now you'll notice on the top of all of our pages, we have listed the product of the day, and people are obviously going to be picking that product up. So this is for the top products that really solve a solution, that are converting really well, that are having great feedback from users. You may well be awarded the product of the day. So it's definitely worth selecting that one as well. And here you're going to be able to select the commission payout percentage for JVZoo. Now we're going to email that out, and it's also potentially going to be up here. So the custom payout, so for example, I'm going to give JVZoo the exact same 50% that I'm going to give to affiliates on the next page. So we go down here and we click next. Next up then we're going to go into product price. Now, in what currency do you want to sell it? We support US dollars, Australian dollars, euros, Japanese yen, or British pounds, pound sterling. Most products that you would see on the marketplace are going to be in US dollars, and that's certainly in this industry the most common. So unless you have a specific product that you really want to target to a specific audience, I would highly recommend that you set your price in USD. You can also choose if it's going to be a one-time payment or if it's going to be a set number of recurring or a subscription based payment. So we're going to click single payment, and I'm going to choose to set this at $47. Okay, so here's the information that will show you exactly what your customer is going to be charged. So your customer will be charged $47 once for your product. So it's a one-time cost product. They pay $47, they get access to the product, and that's kind of the end of the sales relationship in terms of that. Now, of course, if you want to set it up with subscriptions, you can do that, and you can set up how often you want to rebuild them, how you want to handle rebuild failures, if you want to give trials. So lots of different options. But for the sake of this, we're going to just call it 47 USD. Now, additional settings that you can create here, you can do things like a dime sale, which means every time that customers basically purchase it, you can set here the frequency, the price will increase by a set amount. So you could say, well, I want it to go up by 20 or 30 cents every sale, and you can do that. I'm going to turn that off for the sake of this one. And there's also a time sale, okay, which allows you to change the price of your product at a set date or a set time. So again, you put in the date and the time, followed by the price, the new amount that the system is going to change it to. Remember, again, this uses Eastern Standard, so we're going to turn this off for the benefit of this one, and we're going to go and click Next. So next up is payment processors, and this is going to basically allow us to choose how we're going to process those payments. And if you need help setting up these payment processors, Stripe, PayPal, PayCafe, etc., then you will find again another video about that down below that will show you exactly how to connect your accounts into JVZoo. So there's two PayPals here. Now you might not see this because original PayPal adaptive is being phased out because it doesn't support a lot of features and functionalities that we love here at JVZoo. So we're going to go with the main PayPal, and we're going to do Stripe with JVZoo Pay, so that automatically at the time of the transaction, JVZoo will be able to credit the affiliates and be able to deal with everything in one transaction, which keeps everything nice and neat for us. Now, next up, you have the payment reference. So the payment reference or billing descriptor is the way your company or product appears on the billing statement. Okay, so you can basically put that there. So you could say my awesome product or business name, etc. Okay, you can basically put in whatever you want in there for that. Okay, now it's not compatible necessarily with every different payment type, but you can put that in there as well. And if we can attach that to the transaction, then we will. Next up is affiliates. Now remember, here at JVZoo, we have thousands upon thousands of affiliates who are looking for amazing products to create. So you definitely want to get affiliates on board, and you're going to be able to set the commission payout. Now, if you remember at the very beginning here, we decided that it was going to be 50%. That's what we wanted to give JVZoo, and that's what we want to give also as a specific commission payout to our affiliates. Now, you can either pay out a percentage or a flat fee. Again, most common in this industry is flat fee. Most common in this industry, is commission payout, not flat fee. However, if you want to do that, you're obviously able to choose that option as well. Next up then is the external JV page. So you want to set up a page for JVs. So for example, I'm using the same one just with a slightly different ending, which is JV. I can set any affiliate requirements. So I can say affiliates must have, let's say, minimum 200 sales to be approved. Okay, so we can say, look, if you've got less than 200 sales, we can't approve you for this particular product. But if you have over 200, then we can. Okay, you don't have to set any requirements if you don't wish to. You can manually review every affiliate request, and you can also put any affiliate notes as well in here. And you can choose if you want to pass the affiliate ID to your sales page. Now, for example, if you're using some sort of tracking system, and what you're going to want to do is actually see which affiliates are currently sending traffic to your page, etc., then you're going to be able to select that. But that's definitely quite an advanced feature. Next up, we're going to need to give product access so that JVZoo can actually go in, and also we can give access, of course, to the customer when they sign up. So important thing is support. Now remember, you need to be responsible for supporting the product, and we can either get a support URL link, so it could be like some sort of help desk link, for example, or you can provide an email address where you offer support. Now it's definitely best if you have your own sort of support URL, if you actually have some way of letting customers open tickets and responding back to them. So we're just going to put in here mysupportdesk.com/myAwesomeProduct. Of course, you're going to put in your actual help desk here. Next up is the refund period. This can be set as days, weeks, months, or years, and we're going to give them 90 days. Okay, so on this particular product, we're going to give them, give or take 3 months. And that's the refund period. So if for any reason that the customer decides that they want to refund their product, then any time within 90 days, we will give them a refund. If it's after 90 days, there's no refunds, okay? Now you can choose to either grant access to your product through electronic delivery, or if it's a physical product, you can actually have it when it's physically shipped. Now, obviously the majority of you guys are probably going to be using this for electronic delivery. Obviously, JVZoo is mainly for digital products, but we do also support physical products that can be shipped both stateside and outside of the US. Now, you can either have JVZoo host a particular file for you, or you can send them to a particular page. So in this instance, I'm just going to send them here. So myawesomeproduct/sign up. Okay, and this is where you're going to send people to create an account if you need them to, or where they're going to be able to access your course or your tutorial, wherever it is that you want to send them on that download page. Okay, or you can provide extra bonuses or whatever else you need to set up. Next up is the checkout page. Now you're going to be able to choose from 3 awesome templates. We have the classic look that's been tried and tested at JVZoo for years. We have the minimalistic design, and we also have the new, bright, modern look. Now, the recommended one is the clean and simple minimalistic design. That's based on hundreds of different products and thousands of sales. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that particular template. Now, next up, we're going to need to enter in a banner image, a product image, and the particular dimensions for them are 984 by 98 for the banner. So we simply select image, and we're going to be able here to see our products, and we're going to be able to go ahead and actually get them loaded up. So here is my banner, so I can load this in here. This is obviously going to be the banner that you're going to use right at the top here inside of JVZoo, and it should be a customized one that you've created. Next up is the product image. So again, I'm going to go ahead and load my product image, and it's 150 by 150 pixels or 300 by 300 pixels. Product features. So I'm going to do awesome feature 1, awesome feature 2. You can add a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 4 features. So your product, tell people what it does and why they should be buying it. You can add testimonials in if you wish. So the first thing we're going to do is upload the picture of the person in the testimonial. Now, the important thing to note here is that these need to be genuine testimonials. Okay, JVZoo is big on compliance, and that means that your product needs to meet FTC compliance and FTC regulations. So it's very important that you are entering in real testimonials that you've actually received on your product. So author name, we'll just call this author 1, and whatever their testimonial was, great product, etc, etc. Okay, real testimonials only, guys. Okay, receipt information. If you want to add any custom information on to the receipts, either HTML enabled or disabled, and then again 2 additional options if you want to collect phone numbers and if you want to collect customer contact names. I'm going to leave them blank. Click next. And then we're now going to take a look at compliance. So, as I mentioned a couple of times on this particular video, compliance is extremely important here at JVZoo. You know, we're in this game for the long haul, and we want to make sure that products that are on our marketplace, products that our affiliates are promoting, meet all of the required standards. So we need to actually see your product. We need to get access to your software, see what it does. We need to actually get access to your membership area. We're going to review the sales page and make sure that there's no claims, there's no things on there, there's nothing on there that's against FTC regulations. So you're going to need to provide login details. So you can provide the location of where they can get access. So myawesomeproduct.com/login. Okay, so you can give them basically the username and then whatever your password is going to be, for example, and then you can put below any other information that you need, so specific instructions. So you could put this is the software, the training material is on this link, so you can give us another link for somewhere else if you need to. You can basically type in whatever you need. Okay, the more information you give us for compliance to make it as easy as possible for us to go review everything and approve it, it's going to make life easier for everybody. Now, the last thing you need to do is certify that you have the right to sell this product. Now, it could be that you are the product creator, in which case, of course, you have the right to sell that product because you've created it yourself. It could be that it's a product that you've purchased or an agreement or a partnership that you're in with somebody else. And so it's very important that you are certifying that you have the legal right to sell and to distribute this product. It's also important that you've read and agreed to our terms of use, the vendor's agreement, as well as the FTC rules. Now, of course, we take compliance very seriously, and any violations of the rules can have very serious consequences. Okay, and of course, JVZoo does reserve the right to close your account and or take necessary legal action if required. So please only list products on JVZoo that you have a legal right to sell. Okay, if you don't have that legal right to sell, you either simply cannot list a product or you need to get it. Okay, if you're in a partnership with somebody, you need to make sure that you have the legal right to sell and distribute that product. Next up is the next step. So this is going to be an advanced panel where we can actually go ahead and connect to several different integrations that we support here at JVZoo. This could be affiliate messaging, customer messaging, autoresponder integrations. It could be a webinar, so we might be with GoToWebinar. We can add retargeting or tracking pixels. We can link out to an external program. Wishlist, S2 member, JVZoo member, which is our own membership platform, Infusionsoft, or a print-on-demand product, which is called Lulu Integration. Okay. Next up. So of course you're just going to select any of those that apply. All right. And now you're going to be able to review everything. All the information here about this particular product, you can go through and make sure that what you've put in is correct. And then you're going to come down here and click Submit. Okay, so we go ahead and submit this. Help us to review your product. Please select any applicable options and agree to the requirements. I have customer testimonials on my page. Okay, so if we go back to the page that we have, you will see here we have customer testimonials. Okay, this is a testimonial from this particular customer. So we go back in and we say yes. Okay, so do we agree to the terms of service that these are real testimonials? Yes, we do, because they're real testimonials. I have a timer on my page. So let's have a look. Do we have any timer on there right now? No. So there's no particular timer telling people that they need to take action within a set period of time, otherwise the price increases, etc. So I don't need that one. I have disclaimers on my page. Okay, so we have disclaimers here at the bottom. All right, and this link here will open all of our disclaimers, earning, etc. All right, so we have this here, that our stated claims are all correct and that we're in compliance with FTC regulations. And then we go ahead and click Submit. Now, that product will now go to our approvals team, and they will be able to take a look at this particular product and get it approved, ready for JVZoo.